everyone, I'm Tiff Howie from Sunseeker Brokerage, coming to you today from Vila Moura Marina in southern Portugal in order to show you around one of our latest brokerage listings. And just behind me is a gorgeous 2013 Sunseeker San Remo 485 named Kay. Let's take a look. We're going to start as always on the bathing platform of this San Remo. So just underneath my feet here is a hydraulic platform, teak floored. This teak has actually just been renewed for this season, so it's looking really gorgeous. So basically with a push of a button this whole platform goes down into the water. Now there are built-in steps underneath the actual platform, so when you are swimming around it's quite easy to pull yourself out again. However, there is an additional transom ladder just under here. So for ease, when the platform's up you can still climb out quite easily. Over on this port-hand side we've got a pull-out shower, stainless steel deck pleats. Now there's actually 12 stainless steel deck pleats on this boat and they're really positioned in perfect places, so when you're mooring you've got ample choices to put your ropes onto. Also here, stern docking winches, so if you're boating in the Med that's going to be super handy for winching your ropes in. And then just ahead there is the access to the engine bay, but we'll show you that in a bit more detail shortly. Behind me you've got a handy storage locker built in just here, so this has got room for ropes and probably one fender, so for getting those in and out when you are mooring at the stern it's quite easy. And then just below that is a large tender garage. Now this can take a Williams 325 and it's got a winch system as well in there, so it's a tender roller recovery system, so for launching and recovering your tender it's going to be really easy. And then we step up into the main cockpit, and again stern docking winch is repeated on the starboard side as well. Just underneath that top step you've got a hydraulic telescopic passerelle, so that's stainless steel and it's also got teak flooring onto that as well, so it's got the really nice touch, and the controls are just here on my left hand side. And then we'll step up into the main cockpit area, so big double sunbed at the back. So this Silvertex has actually just been renewed last season, 2021, and they've done it in a gorgeous silver and navy blue, and it just looks really fresh and bright, and the boat is ready to go. You've got a lovely little shaded area above there, that's removable, so you can have full sunshine on this sun pad or shaded section if you wish as well. And of course a full canopy goes over the stern as well. And we step forward into the main cockpit, so you've got this lovely L-shaped seating area and a table that's set up for drinks at the moment, but when you pull these two legs out you can have it configured into full alfresco dining. And this cockpit is serviced by a really well located wet bar which is just over on this starboard side, so you've got a sink with hot and cold mixer taps in there, a large Waco refrigerator underneath, two storage lockers built into here, and then under here you've got an electric grill and a large top loading refrigerator, so that's going to fill really nicely with loads of drinks in there for you. Let's step forward to the helm position now. So over on the starboard side you've got the helm seat, so this is a double helm seat and it's got this lovely bolster seat there as well. So with that up, as I pop myself up there I can see right over the windscreen, so great visibility. There's a step just ahead of me built in as well, and an additional fold down step too. But if you prefer to drive seated down, you pop that down there, and because of how the bow slopes down it gives great visibility anyway even when you are sat down here. And you've also got these large side screens and windscreens, so you can see right around the front of the boat there. Let's talk a little bit about navigation gear. So you've got two Raymarine hybrid touch chart plotters, and the nice thing about having two is it gives you an option to display different data. So this one for instance you can set up to chart, so you've got your full chart display there, and then this one you can set to data, so you can see your course over ground and bits like that. You can set them both to chart if you prefer as well, but I quite like this setup. You've then got Raymarine depth gauge here and speed display, and then autopilot just to the right hand side there. There's a Volvo Penta engine display which is handy just to show you exactly what's going on with your engines. Normal lights and bits, buttons here for turning on cockpit lights, bilge pumps, anchor winch up and down, control here for the electric sunroof, and then your throttle's just here, handle on the right hand side. So this is an IPS drive boat, so it's got two Volvo Penta IPS 600s. They are 435 horsepower each. It's going to do top speed of about 30 knots, and that joystick there is your IPS, so this is going to be super manoeuvrable. But if you prefer to drive with throttle and steering wheel, you've got that option too. There is also Fusion sound system control there, so you can control your sound system up in the cockpit from there handily. There's different controls for different cabins as well, so you can have different music playing up here compared to the saloon or the master cabin. Let's now take a look over on the port side of this helm position. So you'll notice that over here the seat is actually built up to the same level as the helm position seat. Now the reason for this is because it gives you extra headroom in the master cabin, but it actually also gives you a really nice co-pilot seat. It means that whoever's sat next to you when you're driving is also going to have visibility all around. If you've got them, for instance, watching for lobster pots, etc., they can just stand up here and see right the way around the boat. Above us is a carbon fibre sunroof, and the nice thing about this sunroof is it's actually got 6 windows built in, so even when it's closed it's still going to let in loads of natural light. Let's take a look now down into the main accommodation. So we're stepping down into the main accommodation area. So we're greeted firstly by the saloon / galley. So on the starboard side you've got the saloon. Lovely C-shaped seating area, which is leather as well. And you'll notice, if you're familiar with the San Remo models, that this table is slightly different. So this is a bespoke table for this particular boat. It's based on the design from the Portofino 48. The original owner preferred this table design. It means that you get extra storage built in underneath, compared to the traditional San Remo tables, which are on a high-low system. So this is folded in for drinks configuration at the moment, and folds out for full dining. And the wood finish on this particular boat is a figured Negra. So that's this lovely light wood here, and it's detailed with satin finish Wenge as well, so you've got the darker wood touches all around. And it works really well with that beautiful contrast. You've also then got the Wenge flooring, which again gives you that needed contrast. Lots of storage built in, so your electric panel is just above us here, so you can control, turn on your 230 volts, turn on your light systems and bits like that. And then extra storage built into these 3 lockers. Large window there, and these 2 round windows actually open as well. So if you wanted just to let some fresh air in, you've got that option. And then we'll step round to the galley. So the galley is on the port side, but before we show you that, I'll just show you this TV system. So you've got Samsung TV built in here, which is directly opposite the saloon seating, so nicely placed. And then over in the galley, you've got 2-burner electric hob in here, a stainless steel sink with drainage built into the worktop as well, a large Waco refrigerator, and then in here you've got a Sharp microwave. So this is a combination microwave, but I just love the touch of how you can fold that door up into there and it's out of the way when you're cooking. Like all Sunseekers, she has the built-in crockery, so when you're at sea this isn't going to move about, and it's all got the lovely Sunseeker logos on there. And also the same with the cutlery drawer. So just here you've got the built-in cutlery drawer, so your knives and forks aren't going to move around when you're in sea. Loads of lovely storage built in these additional 3 lockers, and then a large locker in there with built-in waste disposal as well. Let's take a look now at the first of the 2 cabins. So we're going to step forward to the VIP guest cabin, but just on the way there I want to show you this lovely detail. So this is just a design feature. Got this lovely stainless steel in here, but it's backlit. It just looks really pretty as you're walking through. Let's walk into the guest cabin now. So you'll notice this is a V-berth configuration. So 2 single beds, which is great if you've got kids staying on board, but practically as well, these 2 beds actually will move. So you can have this as a full island double if you prefer. So 2 adults instead of 2 children on board, it's going to suit those very well. And just underneath as well, on these 2 berths, you've got built-in storage. So these 2 lockers open up, and you've got extra storage in there. And when we move these back, you'll see there's storage built right the way around both berths. So up in these top lockers. So lots of stowage in there. You've got your AC control just here, and there's different ACs for every area. So you have one in here, one in the master cabin, and one in the saloon. And it's full Mediterranean specification, so if you are looking for using a boat out in the Med, it's perfect for that. Samsung TV built onto the panel just ahead, with speakers built into the roof and these lovely spotlights. Escape hatch here, which also works kind of like a skylight, so that's going to let in even more natural light. And similarly to the saloon, you've got these large windows, and the centre round section is actually open again, so you've got the option to let more fresh air through this cabin. And then nicely, great feature on this particular model is 2 cabins and 2 en-suites. So I'll move forward in here, and you've got own functioning ensuite for that guest cabin. So there's a shower in here with a semicircular door that closes in to keep the rest of this compartment nice and dry. Mirror fronted storage all along here. Again, another opening round window there. Sink, WC, and extra storage built into there, so lots of storage for this ensuite. So we're heading into the master cabin now, and I want to just show you first of all, we mentioned earlier about how in the cockpit the co-pilot seats raised to give extra headroom, and you can see that above me here. So this is going to feel really spacious when you walk inside. Step in to this really large full beam master cabin. So you've got this lovely seat down on the port hand side. This is leather seating again, so a nice touch of luxury. Large island double berth here. Storage built in both sides of the bed, just underneath the tables, and plug sockets underneath those as well. Fusion sound system control here, so you can control your music for this cabin independently, and AC control just here. Lovely lights built in there, which are great for reading in bed. And over on the starboard side, you've got the storage unit. So 3 large lockers built in, and a vanity unit above that as well, and then a smaller drawer on the right hand side. The left hand locker actually has a built-in safe, and then left of that unit you've got a large hanging locker as well. And then just ahead of the bed you've got the TV built in, so this is a Samsung TV built onto this wall and backed again by this lovely Wenge satin finish wood, which just really gives a lovely touch when you're combining it with the lighter wood and lighter linings. And then the ensuite for this cabin is just in here. So this is a Jack and Jill door system. So ensuite door here, and then just in the saloon on the left hand side an additional door. So if you've got guests on board, this can be your main day heads, or you can lock that and keep this as the ensuite. Again, you've got electric WC, large window with again another round opening window there, mirror fronted storage, and then a separate shower system just forward. So if I show you that now, you've got this large separate shower just in here. So this has got a full closing door, so this is going to keep the rest of your compartment completely dry when you're in here. And just to show you some detail on the engine room here, so you step down these stainless steps, and it's very easy to pop inside. You've got the Cummins Onan upgraded generator. This is a 9.5 kilowatt generator, and then just to the right hand side of those you've got the Volvo Penta IPS 600 engines. These are 435 horsepower each. Just been serviced in October 2021, generator November 2021. Generally a really well looked after boat, low engine hours, serviced regularly, anti-fouled in November 2021 as well, new anodes and a full polish. And then just there you've got the 2 battery chargers as well. So these are really well located because you can literally just pop open the hatch for the engine room and see directly into those and see what status of charge you've got. And we just want to show you the bow of this boat before we leave you, but on the way there I'll just point out how wide these side decks are, so it's really easy to get up and down when either if you're going just to the bow or if you're doing the ropes. The stainless steel pulpit rails are really handily located height wise there, so they're easy to grab onto as you go. And a really nice detail is this carbon fibre effect just above the windscreen there, so this boat looks really sleek from the outside. Popping up then onto the bow, so you've got this 3-person sunbed. Again, all upholstery replaced for the 2021 season. And this particular San Remo has the upgraded seating up front here, which means that you can adjust the height level and sit upright there on the bow, or have it fully down for reclined sunbathing. Built-in drink holders here, and then just ahead you've got stainless steel anchor at the front and anchor winch there too. Anchor winch you can control manually from here. There are 2 buttons that you step onto to raise up and down, or you can control it at the helm position as well. And that's it for this beautiful Sunseeker San Remo. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments section, we'll be sure to answer, and we'll see you again soon.